Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a minute. I've not filmed in a while like I said I would. I've been really unwell, to be honest with you. I've had like over a week off of the gym. I was really scared about the event that we are at today, which we have spent so much time with Beyond the Stage, Two Bros and the Npc to put this event together. So we are going to show you a little bit of the day. We have our new range out with HECXTN, which is super exciting. But yeah, I was really nervous for this event purely because, not because of the speaking, because I am on stage, but generally because I have been so unwell and I have been coughing. I've had like a chest infection. We're 7 weeks out from the Arnold's. I'm not trained in over a week. And yeah, it's just been pretty difficult. So I'm just about to actually load up on meds because I did not want to use antibiotics at all, because obviously what we've been doing with the gut protocol, even though I was advised to do so, and it has been hanging around for a very long time, and I did come close. But yeah, so I'm just using.
Really do now. And the judges' feedback last year was bring that package and you can keep winning that title. So
This.
I still want to improve. I still want to get tighter. I still want to all the things that bodybuilders want to show on stage.
And
but it's not going too far.
So yeah, fully loading up on all the different things.
I'm not gonna lie,
So yeah,
coming off the last Olympia,
we had to introduce the event today and open it because it's something myself, Marnie, Two Bros and Beyond the Stage have worked super hard for. It's been like a year in the making, and to be honest, we just wanted to bring the bodybuilding community together and just make something really special in the UK. It's a free event, we've got loads of sponsors, and yeah, it seems like a massive success, so it's super exciting, especially to organise something like this as well. A lot of pressure, a lot of stress, but so worth it. We've got a talk, myself and Mark, on injuries and disability, which is at 12:45, and at 1:45 I am on the main stage talking about the IFB Pro League, what it took to turn pro. Nothing is rehearsed with anything I've done. I've been super bad. Where I've been unwell, yeah, nothing's rehearsed. And then we've got a posing demo. But yeah, I like to wing it with these things and let things come out naturally anyway, with a little bit of structure. So yeah, I've got all my meals with me today. Usually I cook and eat within 20 minutes. We've not obviously been able to do that because I can't cook. So we've tried egg whites the first time. So I haven't had egg whites for like ever. So they've been good and different. Still on the gut protocol, still not had anything like, different essentially. But yeah, anyway, I'll chat to you guys in a bit. Right.
Can you start?
Yeah. Well, you can start.
Okay. Is everyone having a good day so far? Yeah? Okay. So just before we get started, if you're able, could you please stand to your feet for me, please?
First of all, massive welcome and thank you for actually coming to our little break-off one. I'm really excited to talk about this. So yeah, take over.
So, the topic we're going to talk about is overcoming injuries. So we're going to say a few different statements now. If any of these relate to you, please sit down. So, have any of you experienced an injury before in your journey? If you have, please sit down. Okay. Have any of you currently going through an injury at the moment? Have any of you had a partner or a friend who has experienced an injury which has taken them off course their journey?
I don't think you, well not, no, not with me you haven't.
Okay. So now I've got to think outside the box a bit further.
Yeah.
Have you ever had, or any of you, so I'm not just putting it to you, gone through something that's slowed down your progress in your journey?
I'm like, sit down.
We're definitely in the right room then. So what we're going to talk about today is our own personal experiences. From what I've gathered from everyone in the room, you can probably at some point relate to some of the topics what we're going to be speaking about. That's right.
So yeah, this, as well as this being about injuries, this is also about living with a disability as well. I do suffer with PMDD, which is a disability. It's to do with my hormones. So yeah, we're just going to delve in a little bit to what we have experienced, gone through, what's helped, how it's been, what we felt, and just to give you some advice basically, if we can. So yeah, on to the next slide. So the pictures, that was Mark with your first operation, which looks
not too great.
Not too great, yeah. And this was actually in 2021, when I broke my foot. So I've had a torn calf, hairline fracture to my foot, full break of my foot, bulging discs, torn labrum last year, and obviously suffer with PMDD. Most of these injuries have occurred I remember the torn calf, I think I was about a week out from a show, and I had to do like cardio and like all this kind of stuff with it. Ended up actually winning the British with it. So we're going to talk obviously on things like this, because there's been loads of times of injuries that have popped up, little ones, big ones, and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, we want to show you how we felt, how we navigated through, and how we are obviously where we are today, because many of these things could have definitely have stopped us. I remember when we sat in the room and Mark was told this is the end of your bodybuilding career. And I remember the services on the way back, we were pretty much silent. And then we got there and you asked me if I was okay, and I just burst into tears because I was like, that's the end. And we had always envisioned ourselves stepping on the Olympia stage together, gives me goosebumps, and all these things, and it just felt like the end. But because it's, as much as it's like him experiencing it, it's very much like my journey as well. And yeah.
So how it felt and the feelings in the process. So we've got two different pictures here. Kerry's picture she'll explain, but this picture here was the Arnold's UK. I think the year was maybe 2024, when it was the really big expo, not the one I competed at. And this picture here, although I'm smiling, inside that was probably the worst point I felt going to a show. The reason was I was sitting in the audience, I was seeing open men's bodybuilding, and I'm sitting there after being told before, you'll probably never compete again.
It was a bit of a lost kind of time. I didn't have like a timeline on how long it was going to take for me to obviously recover from this injury, but also it was 4 weeks into the injury, and I just woke up one day and I just had more pain in my foot, and I had went to the hospital and they told me I had a hairline fracture in a different place. So I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So that set me back again a further, I had to recount the timer again. It was another 12 to 14 weeks. And at the end of this, because it was so long, I did have to essentially relearn to kind of walk. And then I had problems with the other leg, where I was always one-sided, and that still remains today. But yeah, I felt extremely lost.
So a lot of different emotions, and those sort of two pictures here just sort of paint a different picture for each of us, how we felt in those moments.
And I think another one to just talk about, because this is essentially not really going anywhere for me, is PMDD as well. So it isn't actually, it's a brain disorder. So it's not that I have bad hormones and anything like that. My hormones are actually great. It's just that my brain can't handle the peaks and troughs of the hormones. Therefore, it leaves me with a lot of these feelings, to be honest. There's been times throughout all my preps where I've just said, I think I just need to stop this, because it's just so hard for me to do the daily stuff, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, get out of bed, brush my teeth, let alone do everything else I need to do for us, for me, organising stuff and all of that. And yeah, so many of these feelings just essentially pop up, and it's not going anywhere. And the thing I will always remember is my dad once told me, the thing is, if you quit your prep, you have this in off season, you have this on prep, you're never going to compete again. So I have to learn to control it instead of letting it control me.
Taking control, this is sort of like the fight or flight. You know that something's going on behind the scenes. So for myself, it was my shoulder osteoarthritis. Kerry's spoken on PMDD and the various injuries. It's either you're going to face this head on and you're going to still keep working towards your goal, or you're going to sort of step back and not do anything at all. And both of us came to the point that we actually want to go further in our journey, and part of doing that is meaning that we've got to control the variables. So here is a picture of both of us at different points in the garden. That's me doing my check-in. I stepped back on stage after being told that I'll never compete again. And if I hadn't been doing everything else in the background at that point, I would never have been able to step on stage when I did. Last year I competed 4 times, my best placing was 2nd. And again, I look back at these days when it was really hard, but those days helped to shape me to get to where I am now, because I kept on going even in those really hard moments. So this is where we had to control the variables, having a little bit more perspective and choosing discipline over not still working towards what we're trying to achieve.
And it really is, like, I talk on my behalf, like, each month, even, you know, waking up to even, like, take my supplements or go out for steps or literally do anything is, like, taxing, is fatiguing, and is just terrible, isn't it? And you have to step in sometimes and just tell me to, but at the end of the day, I know that, like, it could be worse. This is my choice and I can still show up, and I've got to let this, like, what could set me back almost give me power to say, like, fuck you, I can do this.
There were some days when I was in the gym and I was literally saying to Kerry, I've got to get out of the gym. I feel like I'm one of the biggest guys in the gym, and although it's not an ego thing, at points I've lifted dumbbells like 2 kg, 3 kg, and it's like, you might look at me and think, what's he doing there? That's not training. But that's the only way I could physically train at those moments in time.
So some advice with that as well, because as an online coach, I often get people message me, I've got this niggle, I've got this. And I always say to people, and this is because of some of the things that we've experienced, I've experienced, we should have had them checked out ourselves, and maybe some of the things could have been avoided, is that your coach only knows so much. It is out of their remit. It is not something that we study, like physiotherapy or anything like that. So I always advise, if you're in this sport for the long term, is to outsource professional advice before that sore elbow turns into that sore shoulder, into that sore back, and everything else. So outsource advice, get yourself looked at, and then hopefully you can avoid something that may crop up in the future. But yeah, just making sure you're still in that environment, doing like anything or something that you can to keep yourself in there. I just adapted exercises. Again, a good reason to have a coach, so you can still adapt. And yeah.
The positives, so it's not all been negatives. With a lot of people, when I was going through my injury, close friends were saying, once you get through this, you'll understand why I had to go through it. It's sort of part of the journey. But when you're in that moment, it feels like the worst thing is happening to you. How can you say that once I get through this, things are better? Because I'm living this day to day. I've been living this not just for 6 months, but a few years, because no one's given me the answers. No one's given me the support I feel to actually help me get back to where I need to be. Open bodybuilding, there are some mass monsters. I know I'm not going to be one of the biggest, but condition to me is not a reason to not place where you should place. So that's always been in the back of my mind, that I need to at least step on stage and look away and want to present myself. What can I present on stage to say that although my shoulder's never going to be 100%, this is the best I can present at this moment in time. And that's what I kept in my mind. And the positives is that even on those hard days, those dark days when I didn't want to do it, I was dragged to the gym, I didn't want to eat my meals, it helped to align me to actually get to this point. So even looking at that picture there, although I came second, in my mind that's a win, because I got told I'll never compete again. And I'm beating people who don't have what I have in terms of osteoarthritis, but I'm still turning up, and having turning up on those harder days has put me in a good position to still carry on.
I can't just choose shows based on when I'm going to have that one great week. Like when I competed in the Olympia, for example, should have been the best experience, the most positive experience, but I actually got struck down really bad with PMDD that week, and it was really, really hard to actually be there. And again, like, you've just got to try and focus on what's in your control, and just being blessed to say that you can actually still even be competing at these shows and things like that because you have an able body. So I think it makes you look outside of the box a little bit more. As much as we want to win and do all these things, there are still people out there that cannot choose to do this at all. And I think that's one thing that will always ground me and keep me going, is the fact that I still have an able body and mind to keep doing this. And I think that's the same as you as well. And we enjoy the process and what it does and the positives it brings. We are still competing. We are better coaches because of it. We have so much gratitude. Also, we have built so much resilience.
And I think that also comes back to some of the points what we were saying before about supporting each other. Even when I wasn't competing, I was always trying to live through Kerry, like, if I can't do it, I want you to do it. If you can be the best athlete you can be, when we was flying to some of your American shows that I'm flying, it's like, I'm going to come and support you. If it means that I've got to carry your bag or cook the chicken or get the food shopping, if I can help you to get to where you want to be, part of me is going to feel that sense of fulfillment, because ultimately I want to see you succeed too.
Yeah. And it is tough though as well at the same time, isn't it? Like, Olympia was tough.
Yeah.
Like one of the best times, but also one of the hardest times, because I feel his pain as well. And like, he wanted to be at Olympia with me that year, and it was tough, wasn't it, being there? But it's just another one of those things where, again, you still stayed on your shit whilst you were there and got everything done you needed to get done, and this is going to be the year.
Everyone goes through a process, and everyone's got a journey, everyone's got a story. And for me, I felt my story hasn't been written yet, so I've just got to keep on going until I get there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so next up, we had an IFBB Bikini Pro. Any bikini girls in the house? Woo! She is a 2025 Bikini Olympian and the Romania Muscle Fest Pro Champion. Her journey to the top has been built through absolute persistence, patience, and continual improvement through so many obstacles and setbacks. She understands what it takes to stay in the fight and break through to achieve lifelong ambitions at the elite level. So she's also one of my very good friends and co-host of the Bikini Insider podcast. So everyone, please give a warm welcome to IFBB Bikini Olympian HECXTN.
So I would say, if you have a dream, chase it with everything that you have. Regardless if you doubt yourself, if others doubt you, just chase it. Find a way to make it happen, and you will make it happen. The sport is growing, and the talent is growing, and that's why you still have to be like so relentless. Just because there's more chances doesn't mean that you can work less hard to be able to achieve that. You need to keep your foot still fully on the gas pedal, because everyone else is doing exactly the same.
Imposter syndrome, pretty sure everyone has encountered it, even though you guys are phenomenal athletes. What piece of advice would you give to someone starting out who experiences that? Like, how to get over that hurdle?
Yeah, I've definitely felt this. And I would say one of the biggest things for me is making sure that I lean on my support network. Meg, Mark, and just being open and honest with how I feel and letting them people set me straight. And yeah, I would say that's probably my biggest advice. We're all going to experience it at some point, and I think, yeah, just having someone in your corner to help you through those times is one of the most beneficial things. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I think in the moment when it was the run-up to turning pro for me, I wish at the time that I'd stepped into the NPC sooner. I held back because I didn't feel like I belonged there or that I should try the federation. And then at the time, I wanted to win my show. I did 6 shows in 8 weeks, and I wanted to win them. But now, looking back, I wouldn't change any of that because it's made me way more appreciative of the journey, the experience, and yeah, I would not change any of my journey.
I just want to talk a little bit to Kerry about her sheer persistence in obviously winning your pro card and then also getting the Olympic qualification. So do you want to just talk everybody through what that mindset looked like for you when you came close so many times and you had so much noise there telling you to stop and you kept going and then eventually you got it? What was that like?
I think each time, as much as I say like I struggle to believe in myself, it's always the actions. So as long as I know that I'm literally doing everything I possibly can, I do know that I will get there one day. And that's the thing that carries me most, especially. There's definitely been times, like even heading into like this year, again, I'm like, am I gonna do it? But again, that's not throwing me off track of what I need to do. So I just know deep down, there's a little bit of me that does believe that it's going to happen again and I will make it to the Olympia again. And I just think that's always been the case. Like, I may not have the best genetics, but I think that's good because I will always work like I've got the worst genetics. And that's how I feel like I've made the most progress that I have done and how I can stand on the Olympia stage today. Like, I've obviously just competed in, like, December was my last show. So it was just a case of, for me, just kind of keeping things tight so we're ready to go again into the Arnolds, to hit up some shows, to create more opportunities into this season. But of course you're going to think, like, it took me 18 shows to win 1 show, but we've come a lot since then with my physique and the feedback that we have got and the improvements that we've made and will make into this season. So I guess, yeah, I guess there is the thought it may be harder, but I've got the process right for us to be able to have a big runway to be able to achieve those 2 qualifications this year. I am inspired by people, but I am inspired a lot by Meg and the progress that she's made with her physique, and she's really changed me as an athlete. To be honest, I've always done what I've been told, but sometimes what we're told isn't quite right for us. And now I feel like we've got that, like, nailed down, and I know exactly what I'm doing. It's visible in my physique, the progress is there, the results have come, and it's just that the discipline that she's instilled in me. And as well, our communication, we talk every single day, no matter what it is, even down to like the little things, the littlest things we speak every single day, day in, day out, and I feel like we've just built such a solid relationship that I can always talk to her about anything, essentially, and I think that's the thing that's led to the most progress within my physique.
I think it's really nice when you can work with someone and you can be truly honest. If you can talk about the hard things and then take it on the chin and upskill, but also if they potentially don't like the certain things that you see, and they can be honest with that so that you can work through it as well is very important. And obviously Kerry puts 150% effort into everything to the point where you have to go back, and that's a better trick to push on. So we've been able to work through that. But the most important thing is that we've never been able to lie. Kerry knows that I am there for her as someone who cares about her truly, that she is my athlete and I am her coach. So I have to make sure that those lines are blurred and that she can keep that huge respect so that we can keep progressing on.
I think as well, if you do make a mistake or if you do trip, just correct yourself and get on with it. It's the easiest thing you can do, and everyone does make mistakes. I'm sure all of us have made little mistakes. I've definitely tripped over my feet a little bit, but you just carry on. Just pick your head up, carry on. Chances are, no one's really noticed it. We all have like a comfortable side, but if you're with a good posing coach, for example, they're gonna make you practice on both sides. And even if it's more uncomfortable for you to hit it on the other side, but it looks better, then you're gonna have to practice it more with that.
It was the first pro show I won. The first pro show I won was on my opposite side.
Right.
Because that side was just a bit more balanced at the time.
Yep.
But over time, my other side caught up my dominant side right now, so it
And
changed.
I think one of the important things as well is that when you are looking at people that you aspire to, who are on stage, and not trying to like literally replicate their pose and copy their pose, because what looks good essentially on one person may not look good on the next, and that's why you'll see these girls have different stances. Sometimes you'll see on stage, some people will push their glute out too far and it makes them lean forward, or they're leaning forward like this. You want to have your weight really well distributed, mainly between the front leg and not over pushing your glutes out. As much as the judges want to see glutes, you don't want to look unnatural. We're trying to create a look here which is hard to hold but looks comfortable, and that's why doing it over and over and over again is so important.
I would say as well, when we talk about things like the waistline, we are not classic physique competitors, so we do not want to pull a vacuum, okay? And this is going to look really distracting. You do not want any sort of rib flare. And if you are someone that does struggle with, maybe you have got naturally a wider rib cage, we don't want to try and remove a rib. We just want to make sure that we kind of pull that in a little bit more towards the spine. And actually that, I would say, it's kind of like a postural thing. If you find that you're leaning back, then the rib cage can kind of protrude forward, and again, it just will really affect the balance of the pose.
And essentially, as this sport is healthy, meant to be healthy, you definitely don't want to be showing like ribs and looking too lean, and pulling a vacuum will essentially show too much rib. You'll see at the top, mainly, you'll see some people are more front-facing, and some people will come a little bit more further round, but it just depends on your structure. If your feedback, if you're told that you've got too much shoulder, you might want to be hiding a little bit. So again, it's something that you don't want to copy. You can't copy any of the pose. It really is such a personal thing.
And I would just say lastly, before we let these girls have a little bit of a rest and come out of the front pose, because they are holding on to that. Hand placements, because this is really important too. And again, something that gets overlooked quite a lot. So if you just look at how the girls in these different poses here, they've got a very delicate, feminine hand placement. They have not got this hard face and the forearms and the elbows coming around. Again, you're not an open male bodybuilder, right? So you want to be a little bit more relaxed. You want to look like you're just standing there and that you're not overly tensing anything. So I would definitely focus on little things like that, because the attention is in the details, really. The devil's in the details, and you really just want to make sure that, you know, when you're moving around on stage as well, that nothing looks overdone.
To be honest, it's quite often you'll see as well, if you haven't got a good posing coach, you've got to have everything balanced, from not having one shoulder higher than the other, making sure that both shoulders sit in a line with each other. It might be that you have, like, I don't know, an imbalance. Make sure you're drilling your poses so you can see these things in your check-in photos, so you know how to address them. And it's the same as well with the elbows. Like, we can't forget about the elbows. Sometimes you'll see some people are way too flared, which again just throws the balance completely off. We basically want to look at the physique in the front pose and in the back pose, and we don't want to look at one thing in particular. We want to just look at it all flowing nicely from top to bottom. Because it was your birthday.
Oh, stop.
You guys are so
Just a little something.
I love it.
Just a little something from us.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
This
both
is
of you.
just yeah.
Oh my god, you're so cute.
You do wear gold, right?
Yes, I do. I've
Because
got one
I'm
on my
stalking
wrist.
all
just now.
of your photos. trying to figure out, and I thought you are a gold person.
Oh, this is for you. Yes, I do love
So
my
I got
gold.
told, just don't get it wet, the rubber bit, because, yeah, but happy
So
birthday,
beautiful.
my
Thank
G.
you so much. Oh my God, you're covered in rain as well.
Oh,
Thank you
great,
so
just
much.
for the
It's so
photo.
cute. I was not expecting that at
Aw.
all.
So I feel like this is the first time we've probably caught me and Mark together all day long. Obviously, we did have our stand today. We've just dropped our new clothing here in the brown tracksuit and obviously the green as well with some matching t-shirts. Yeah, anything to say?
This is our first time actually having our clothing brand at a actual event as well, and it's been so good. We had the new drop, but we've sold out some of the items of the new drop, and it's not even live on the website. So we're going to have to be restocking before it goes live, which is a pretty cool thing to happen. Great day, I think, for you organising this whole event, being part of that. What I've seen you do for months on end must be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, it's been really surreal, to be fair. We've had some really nice comments as well. We have been told by Becky over here, who is such an amazing head judge, that we actually have held the best one in the world. So, yeah, really chuffed. It's been amazing. Marnie, let me rope you in.
Again?
Yeah, obviously it was
Is this
us
for YouTube?
it was Suki. It was the three of us that obviously put this.
I've been talking about this for over a year.
We've been talking about this basically for over a year. So, yeah, do you have anything to say on YouTube? Anything?
No, 850 people, first event. We'll do this again, no doubt, 2027, maybe summer. But yeah, Samson, Ryan, now, like all the big names here in the UK, obviously Kerry, Marnie, all part of it. Everyone's happy, everyone's smiling. So let's do it again with another 12-month preparation.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it's literally been amazing. So luckily I recovered for it because I, like I said, been really unwell. But I prayed to God last night and he did a thing because I didn't cough at all on stage, which was amazing because it's been really hard. You've told so many people as well that you thought I wouldn't, like you were wondering how.
Well, I was a little bit concerned because I've been non-stop talking all day, and to be fair, you did well, apart from when you were like, when I handed the mic over, and she was like, yeah, not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, but yeah, it's been a good one. So yeah, I'm proud of us all, and yeah, it's good to be back on YouTube. I will catch you guys on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe.